Hi, and welcome to a little demonstration video to help you read with your child at home for home reading. Basically, what I want you to do, or what I would like you to do, is have the book for about at least 2 or 3 days. We can return them every day, but to get the most out of the book and to have the kids sort of mimic what they're doing in the classroom, I'm going to go through some steps that I do in guided reading to help them read and comprehend a story that they've read. So basically, the first night that you have the book, it's good to go through do what we call a book walk. So you have a look at the front cover, you say to the child, we're not looking at words, we're using our eagle eyes to look for clues in the pictures. So, and that's what we've learned very recently to do, so the kids should be very familiar with that. So you'd say to your child, what do you see on the front cover? I see a boy, I see some flowers. You ask, where do you think he is? Oh, he might be in the garden, he might be in the forest, whatever. It's just a discussion about where the child is. Is it a girl or a boy? Why do you think it's a boy? I think it's a boy because he's got short hair. You might want to ask, do you see any words on there that you know? And they should know, in and the. And you could ask, well, what do you think that word is? What does it start with? It starts with a g. Could be garden. All right, let's have a look at the book. So we're going to go to where we start reading. And there's the words over on that side, but we're not really focused for the first time on the words. We're focusing on the pictures. What do you see in that picture? It's a butterfly. It's a beautiful butterfly. What do you think he's eating? So have a little bit of a discussion about it. Have you ever seen a butterfly before? Is it the same one? Have you seen one with different colours? I remember seeing one in the garden the other day. It was dancing around all the flowers. Why do you think it's dancing around the flowers? Then the next page, I can see, what can you see on this page? Child will see, I can see a caterpillar. And they might make a connection to the Hungry Caterpillar book that we read this year, which would be great. Talk about that. What do you think, what's he doing? What do you think he's doing? What's going to happen next, do you think, to the caterpillar? And maybe they'll talk about him turning into a cocoon and then becoming a butterfly. What do you see on this page? We see a spider. What's the spider doing? Looks like he's hanging off some string. What do you think the string is? Why is he doing that? Those sorts of questions. So yeah, it's a spider. What do you see here? It's a beetle. Oh, that's interesting. Have you ever seen a beetle like this before? Let's count his legs. How many legs does he have? Oh, and he's got some big long things. These are called antennae. So you have a big discussion about the book. It shouldn't be just, oh look, it's a grasshopper. Oh look, it's a snail. Have a talk about each picture and share with your child what you know. So that's your first day. Take 5 minutes, maybe 10 if you've had a really good conversation with your child. Put it away, let the kids go to bed, and then the next day you pick up the book again and go, okay, well, let's have a look at this book. Can you remember what's happening in the picture? It's a little boy in the garden. Let's have a look at the words and let the child lead, but definitely help them in the garden. Then we turn to where we start reading. Okay, so we're using our eagle eyes to look for clues in the pictures. So you can say, what do you see? I see a butterfly. Well, let's have a look at the words. Let's read the words. What words do you know? Well, I know at and the. We don't know this one, though. Let's have a look. What's the first sound? Look. Look at the b. They talk about the butterfly. Butterfly. Turn to the next page. What do you see on the picture? I see a caterpillar. Let's look at the words. Well, that's their word from before, from the other page. Do you remember what it is? Child will say what they think it is. Look at the caterpillar. Look, there's the caterpillar. There's the word caterpillar. What does it start with? K. I see k at cat. That would help me read the word. You got your spider on that page. Let's look at the words. Look at the spider. So again, it's not just look at the spider, look at the caterpillar, look at the butterfly. The kids are having a conversation about the sounds that they see, the pictures that are connected to the sentence. So you go all the way through the book doing the same thing, close it, that's done for that day. So the third time you read it, give it to the child and say, okay, now it's your turn to read to me. Where is he again? He's in the garden. Let's turn to where we start reading. All right. And have your child point to each word as they read them. So they're not going, look at the butterfly. They're actually going, look at the butterfly. And encourage them to use a bit of expression. So they might eventually, they will start off reading, look at the butterfly. Look at the caterpillar. But the more they read it, that gets their fluency up. So the first day you're working on comprehension of pictures and finding picture clues. The second day you're focusing on words and sentences and structure and sounds. The third night you read, you're teaching your child how to read fluently and to read with expression. So it'd be, look at the butterfly. Look at the caterpillar. Look at the spider. And have fun with them. Let them read it, and you could read it again with the fluency and the expression, and they could have another go at reading, or they might read with you. So that's how you read a home reader with your child. It's a very simple book to read, but each step should take at least 5 minutes. And that's, the more your child reads it, the more exposure they get to those words in that book, the better success they're going to have at school with reading. It's just a good thing. Just go ahead and give it a shot, and like I say, spend a bit of time doing it. It shouldn't be something that you hand to your child and say, here you go read your book. Particularly the first 2 times. The first 2 times should be with a grown-up or somebody who can read, somebody who's willing to spend some time with their child and with the child and really develop the language around the story or the book, as well as the actual reading and decoding. Thanks. Have fun.